Hickling?
Could I just ask for some clarification, Mayor Vic? Are you suggesting 36,000 unbudgeted because this resolution, as I read it, is 18,000 over the next 2 years?
Yes, I would support. I'm supporting unbudgeted 18,000 over the next 2 years.
Well, per year. One of them would be budgeted for anyway.
Yeah, well, okay, true, but we need to read this very, very carefully because, yeah, to be honest with you, I'm disappointed this resolution's even in here. I'm disappointed the way this is written. However, it's written the way it's written, and I'm still reading this, sitting here and thinking to myself, so this is subject to towards pending the outcome of the comprehensive review of the Taupo fishery, pending what part of the, what do you mean pending the outcome? So the outcome comes out, well, so have we given them the money or haven't we? I mean, I'm just a little bit simple man here. What is this saying? I'm asking Ms McClubb first, then I'll come to the questions, please. I'm seeking clarification from the Deputy CEO that the motion on the floor finishes by saying, pending the outcome of the comprehensive review of the Taupo fishery currently being undertaken, pending what part of it?
The suggestion was that there may, and I'm underlining the word may, that there may be some other studies that may take precedent in terms of the application of the funding.
But the Tongariro Taupo advocates came and asked us for funding, and they were supported by DOC that it was a good idea to have an independent review done. I'm working on my memory here, wasn't it by some Waikato University people, not this person here. Totally independent review done to make sure that we were getting the job done right. And it was going to cost $108,000 or something, and our input was 36 grand, of which $18,000 per annum for 2 years. Am I right or wrong?
I can't comment on that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, well, could I ask again, what does pending the outcome of the comprehensive review mean?
Pending the outcome.
Well, I'll go here first, then I'll go to you. Sorry, you had your hand up. You come to
look, the word to me is comprehensive review, and the pending is because they might decide to go in a different direction. I'm all for the fishery, like we said, I'm totally for it. But obviously the words are they're having a comprehensive review of the fishery, and it may mean they want to take funding in a different direction. And we may get asked the same question or not, pending the outcome of that review. It's very simple that we should wait for that comprehensive review.
It makes sense to me. Councillor Downer?
Well, that's the way I kind of see it as well. I mean, we had a presentation from DOC and Fish and Game before the advocates of the Tongariro fishing, and then we had that, and then we've also had this presentation today. So to me, it's still, for me to clarify, you know, I'm passionate about the fishing too, Rick, as we all are, you know, it's part of our economy and stuff like that. So, but this is a comprehensive review that DOC are doing with a lot of different partners, and there's scientific in there as well. It's not just about fishing license and stuff like that. And you know, Michelle actually put up a lot of stuff there that that we've been told, even by the advocates, that you know the zooplankton is depleting because one of the others, and even he said, well, you know, this year you see that graph slowly going up. Are we going on an uptrend suddenly? You know, is it 36,000 that could be spent in something else? That's what I want to find out after this review.
Well, according to the anglers that I speak onto the lake, there's no upturn, so to speak. But I'll just say this, what I know about science. Science is what you want it to be and who pays you to make it to be. Because you'll never get two scientists that will agree. Councillor Henderson.
I'm just going to repeat practically what I've said twice already because I'm not sure that people understand it. I rang Dave Lumley specifically first and foremost this morning to clarify this fourth resolution. If there was in fact anything that would be likely or could come out of this comprehensive review, it would mean the decision that we're required to make on funding this or not would be influenced such that that would change how we would look at that. More or less, that's how I asked the question. The answer was no, absolutely not. So that's the information we can give it.
Yep, through the chair.
Okay, sorry.
Through the chair, Councillor, please. Councillor Hickling.
I'm going to put the cap.
You're speaking against the motion at the moment. You have your turn to speak for the motion because you put the motion.
I wanted to reply to.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but Councillor Hickling had his hand up first, and it's not a debate.
Well, I'm really disappointed that there's not a fifth resolution. That council approve 36,000 unbudgeted item for this report to be carried out.
Gives us a headache.
Pass it by me one more time, please, Councillor Ackland, I'm sorry.
No, hang on.
You just read out resolution 1.
I am surprised. No, I didn't.
No, he's right.
Because that says approves funding. It don't say anything about unbudgeted items.
Well, if we approve funding here today, it is unbudgeted,
Okay.
because it's not in your annual plan, you know that.
But it says
Councillor,
18,000, not 36,000. Let's get on with it and do it. Give them the money.
well, unfortunately, I have to deal with the thing on the floor, which to me is ambiguous, and I've kept asking because pending so who's going to be the judge of pending this outcome?
We will.
Well, they want to
The same
start this in
debate.
January, so you're going to work over Christmas, are we? Because we don't even have a meeting in
No,
January.
we're waiting for this comprehensive review from the people who run the whole
Sorry, through
fishery.
the chair.
Councillor Downer.
Can I ask Councillor Henderson, how can Dave Lumley make a comment like that before the review's even finished?
Exactly.
Well, because he's setting the scope of the review, so I guess he knows more about it than I do, which is why I asked him.
Yeah, but the scope of the, what
Well,
the
scope of
outcomes?
the scope of the review, clearly from the answer he's given me, in his opinion, does not affect the decision to fund this. That's his opinion. All I'm doing is passing it on. That's it.
Well, I find it very strange that before the review's even finished and all the information that's come in, that someone can make a observation of that.
Well, I can comment to that too, and I'm finding it very strange that DOC are even being brought into this. Let's just focus back right at the start. The Tongariro River advocates came to us, they want to do their own review. You have to ask yourself, why do they want to do their own review? Perhaps it's a bit like police investigating themselves. These people are independent, they want to do a review, they have received funding from outside bodies of up to $108,000, I've got you, Councillor Minster, and they want $36,000 to create and do an independent review. I will have to vote against this motion when I'm speaking against the motion at the moment, not because I don't support it, it's because I do, and I want it to be crystal clear that I'm happy to support a motion, which one of these it is, I'm not sure, that says, yes, you can have $18,000 a year unbudgeted to do this independent review aside from DOC. The DOC are, funnily enough, are saying, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So now, if nobody else wants to speak against the motion, I'll ask for those who want to speak for the motion, then I will put the motion, unless it was to be amended.
Just to answer your question, Eric, like DOC are involved because DOC, and even here, DOC are not committed to this review. It says they've indicated they would provide.
Yeah,
They've indicated, which is a different compared to they've not committed, no different probably than Mike and I, and probably thinking, let's see what really is our review comes up with, and then we'll commit. Because we might commit this direction financially or this direction financially, and that's all Mike and I are asking, is we're not the experts. The scientists around this room, good on you, because we want to see the review, and then we'll decide they might push a different direction for where we should fund.
You're entitled
And
to
it's as
your
simple as
opinion,
that. It's
Councillor Mitchell.
black as
Yep.
white. And I'm supportive of the fisheries totally, but I'd rather have some hard evidence in front of me first, as they're investigating
Anybody
right
else
now.
speaking for the motion?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll speak for the motion, Mr. Chairman. Just, again, if the Tongariro advocacy group were coming completely without DOC doing their comprehensive review, I'd say yes, I'd go ahead with it. But DOC have realised that this is a situation where our fisheries haven't been the greatest, even though we've seen today that there's a slight change of the curve and it's heading up, so good direction. So I'd like to see what they come out with this review to see whether it's going to have any on where our funding goes, whether it goes to the scientists saying that now we need to look at the scientific zooplankton smelt and stuff like that. So
When I went to school and I sat my mathematics exam and my geography exam in Form 5,
spoke against are you speaking against the motion again?
no, I'm speaking about the motion.
Are you allowed to after we've all just...
You're the chairman. You're the chairman. Yeah. So anybody else want to speak for the motion? As I said, I'll be voting against the motion. I didn't mark my own mathematics papers when I was at school. Nobody? Okay, I'll put the motion. It was motion number 4 down here, put by Councillor Downard, Councillor Minster. All those in favour, raise your hand, please, so I can count them. 1, 2. Those against, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The motion is lost. The motion is lost, yes, sorry. Okay, does anybody else want to put any one of the other motions there? Councillor Henderson?
Yeah, I'd like to put the third motion that we put on the annual plan.
Number?
Number 3.
So that doesn't allow them to start in January like they want to do.
No, as my preferred option, I favour funding this, yes, but my preferred option is to put it through an annual plan process.
Okay, does that have a seconder?
Well,
Yeah,
my review will be done.
Yeah, same. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Exactly. So you might
So
as
I'll
well have
second
voted
that.
for the first
Yeah,
one.
I'm with you, Mike.
So that doesn't give them the funding straight away that they need to secure the other funding. So it's got a seconder now with Councillor Downard. So again, I'll be voting against the motion because I simply want to give them the money unbudgeted and get on with it, because I just believe the fishery is in a dire strait, having been a fishery myself, and see no harm in this amount of money being invested in the fishery, of which so many jobs and things are dependent on. So again, who wants to speak against that motion? I just did. Councillor Williams.
I just want to speak. I want to speak against the motion because it's exactly the same as the previous motion that was put on the table, and that is that I understand the scientists is already in Turangi. They're all geared up to go, and they were, after the last workshop, under the impression that we were in favour of their investigation. We were going to support them. It's not very much money. I know we're saving everywhere, but I agree with his worship that it's of paramount importance for us to have this research done, so and started as per the designated time, which is January.
Okay, Councillor John.
I'll speak against it because in two instances, in two different places, I've heard that this scientific research is the one area that's lacking to complete, so it needs to start on time.
Okay, so are you happy that I put the vote in the interest of time? Because I think the other speaking for the motion, you'll see this. Sorry?
I think I can speak to it first, or not?
Yeah, I just said I'd put it, but if you want to, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, basically it's not the same as option one for one very critical reason. You allow public input through a long-term or an annual plan process, so it's quite different. In terms of the timing, the outcome might be similar. I support funding at the principle. How we fund it and how we go about doing that is the issue.
Okay, so Councillor Mills, you're speaking for the motion?
For the motion. Yeah, definitely in Turangi, indicated myself, totally for it. There's new information come to light, like Nicola, you just told us they've already employed somebody, so that's new information as well. So to me...
No, they told us in Turangi.
Oh, sorry, I can't allow the debate.
So to me it's the same, it's like with Mike, I feel if it waits till the annual plan, that's going to satisfy all the options really, and hey, I want to see things move forward too, but I think it's more valuable to wait till the other, once again, review.
Okay, so as indicated, I think I'll put the vote. All those in favour, raise your hand please. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those against, raise your hands please. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not prepared to use my casting vote because it means that one person...
It was 5, wasn't it?
It was 5, was it? Okay, that motion's lost.
Could you just do that again?
Does anybody want to move the motion that we give them the money, which I think is... I will give it, is that number 1? I'm prepared to move number 1. Does it have a seconder?
I second.
Councillor Williams. Does anybody want to speak against that motion that's on the floor? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Motion is carried. Thank you.